What's up? What's up? It's time for Done Way Past Funny with your host, G.D. Fenderson. Join us as we take a look back at the early works of seasoned comedians before they were seasoned with this week's guest, Randy Holton. It's time to get down and get dope with Done Way Past Funny. Hi, I'm G.D. Fenderson, certified forensic humorist at large, but I'm losing weight. Welcome to Done Way Past Funny, where we talk to seasoned comedians and look at the works that they had before they were seasoned. My guest this week is the one and only Randy Holton out of Tampa. Actually, I don't know if it's the one and only because I didn't research it. I just am trusting that there is not another Randy Holton in Tampa that's doing comedy right now. We'll see. We'll find out. We'll ask him. So, hey, Randy, welcome. Welcome, Randy Holton out of Tampa.
Thank you.
Now, if you don't mind letting people know a little bit about yourself, like how long you've been doing comedy. I already told him you're out of Tampa, so if you want to change cities, you can. I mean, now would be the time to do it. You can actually move to another city right now, and it won't cost you a dime. So just let people know a little bit about yourself.
No, Tampa's good. I mean, I'm originally from Ohio, but I moved down here in the 80s. So the Ohio people tell me I got to turn in my Ohio card.
Are you still a Buckeye? Are you still a Buckeye fan?
I am.
Are you
a
Buckeye fan? Or you?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
And how long have you been doing comedy?
I watch every game. I don't know, 20 years plus. I lost track. I started when I came down here to Tampa, and I started looking for ways to get on stage in Naples. I actually did like an open mic in Naples called the Ghost Comedy Club or something like that. It went out of business. I don't think it was me that caused the
Now, was it because of you? Was it your appearance that drove him out of business, or what happened? No,
I wouldn't doubt it. It was pretty bad. I was sweating on stage, telling bad jokes, and I didn't get any laughs. I probably did close the place down. They said, "Man, we're never coming back to this place."
And so you've been doing. Oh, now how can people get a hold of you on social media?
Well, Facebook is Randy Holton. Twitter is Holton at Randy. And Instagram is rholton604. And I post jokes on there every day and just say generally stupid stuff and some dumb pictures of sorts. It's all good fun.
Okay, cool. Now, I'm going to back up a little bit because I used to work for a company. I won't say DirecTV by name. It's a really bad because the reason why I won't mention their names because they're a terrible company to work for. It was the worst company.
Oh, no.
It was the worst company I ever worked for. So I won't mention them by name. But I love their product. Their product is good. Yeah, their product is good. The company to work for them was awful.
Yep.
And I don't have to worry about them doing anything to me because, like I said, I have their product and I pay on time, so they're not cutting me off. So, but I used to work for them, and I went to this guy's house, and he had all of this Ohio, real old. It was an old guy. He was in his 80s or something. And the reason why I say that's because he had all of this Ohio State Buckeye stuff. I mean, all his walls decorated. I mean, and that's it. And so I looked at him and I said, did you play football for Ohio State? He goes, yes. And he shows me the picture of him on the team in 1938. So and I said, well, I just want you to know something. Before I fix your DirecTV, before you let me come in your house any further, I want you to know. And I opened my sweatshirt and I'm wearing a Michigan Wolverine sweatshirt. And he looks at me and says, get out my house.
OMG.
And I said, are you sure you want me to leave now or do you want me to fix your DirecTV first? He goes, fix my DirecTV and then get out of my house. So And I said, "Do you want?" I said, "Do you
Well,
want
it
me to take
wasn't
off my
Hopalong
sweatshirt?"
Cassidy.
I said, "You want me to take off my sweatshirt?" He goes, "No, just close your jacket so I don't have to look at it." So, but he played on the 1938 Ohio Buckeyes football team back when he still had like leather helmets.
Exactly. That was old days.
Yeah.
That was not, and the rules, man, they just clobber people in those days.
Yes. Yeah.
Clothesline was not a foul. You
No,
could
and
clothesline somebody and
neither was biting or gouging, eye gouging, pinching. Anything that happened, what
kicking.
happened in the pile stayed in the pile.
That's
So
true.
they'd be grabbing testicles and yeah, what happened in the pile stayed in the pile. That's it. It's like
Oh
the
yeah.
old.
That's. Do you remember the?
Go ahead.
Do you remember? Do you remember the guy's name?
No, no. Um, and if I saw the 1938 picture, I might would probably remember which one he is
Yeah.
because I think which row and stuff. I could probably remember, but I don't remember his
See
name.
his face. Yeah.
Yeah, I can see his face. I
Yeah.
just can't remember his name. So yeah, that's what maybe when you said when you're a Buckeyes fan. So yeah, as far as comedy goes,
That's funny.
a full disclosure, I have worked with Randy before in the virtual world. Uh, we kind of worked together on a show called Three Drunk Unks and a White Guy, and he was the white guy, if I remember correctly. Right, you're the white guy.
Imagine
Uh,
that.
yeah, I only
That was
filled
white
in
guy.
on that show. I wasn't a regular. I just filled in. Um, I was on the first episode. Actually, not even as myself, as a character, the Doctor and Reverend Jelly Roll. So I did 2 episodes with them on Three Drunk Unks and a White
Yep.
Guy, and we may have done
I
other
thought that
stuff. Go ahead.
Sauce in the City. I thought we had something going, because all the drama and everything going on, and the way Brenda was talking seemed like people liked it. But the one guy was such a, I don't know what, he was immature. He couldn't. He calls himself some comedian, but he couldn't take jokes, and he couldn't, trying to change
Now,
the show because like he's running the show. And
I know you're not going to mention Johnny Royal by name, right? Because you don't want to put that out there. I'm just,
no,
no. I mean,
that may have been
well,
the
I
guy
mean,
though.
there were 3 drunk unks. There was G. Dane, Uncle Walt, and Johnny Royal. And Johnny Royal is the one that could not take a joke. He very sensitive, and he took the drunk unk
He way
part
too
too
sensitive.
seriously. Yeah, he showed up drunk
Sure did. Yeah.
many, many, many. Oh, probably because I watched a few of the I watched every episode uh,
Yeah.
while it
He was pretty
lasted.
sauced.
Yeah, he was.
He was drinking
See,
that Hennessy or something, wasn't he?
I don't know. I'm not even sure he was drinking it because I just thought it was the IV drip behind him. I thought that's what it was, an IV drip. I didn't know he because I don't remember seeing him drink anything, but he was always drunk. So I thought it was like a patch, like he had like a Hennessy patch or something. I don't know. But again, we're not going to mention Johnny Royal
Highly
by name.
possible.
And if you want me to bleep the names out, you just say so. But I don't have a problem, with saying, calling people out when they're, yeah, he's
But all right, Johnny
so.
Roll, I mean, seen or heard a word from him since he quit. Have you?
So are you? No, I'm not affiliated with Sauce in the City. I've been blacklisted or blackballed. Let me see, brownballed. So
That sucks. Brown ball.
yeah, yeah, yes.
Crap.
So yeah,
Well, I haven't
uh,
seen a word from him. I mean, he was like just a bureau, and I think he started calling Brenda names and stuff. So she blocked him, and then
right.
He put a couple things on Messenger, and he's like gone, gone, gone.
Yeah.
So whether he's still
So,
pursuing to be a comedian,
well, okay. Well, that's enough about that. Enough about him. I want to talk about you. Um, you sent me
how about that?
oh yeah, the clip. Now, when for the purposes people understand, just so the people understand, the purpose of this is to find old stuff of before we were good. So that no matter how good we are now, you get to see that we weren't always this good. That we actually had to work at it, and you see where we came from. And this clip, wow, wow. I uh, I'm just putting that disclaimer out there so people expect us to have something to talk about. That I know that Randy is not like that now. Okay, just want you to know that Randy, this is an old. How old is this clip?
It's got to be 15 years old plus,
Wow. Do you
because
know where it
that's when I
was?
went to LA and the comedy store in LA.
Oh, okay. And do you know
Yeah,
who
that's
your
the
camera?
ordinarily they have two open mics, huh?
And who was holding?
They
Who
have
was
two open mics.
operating? Because whoever was operating your video, was it camera or phone or whatever it was, they weren't paying attention. Sometimes they turned the camera sideways, they panned off to like almost like it was a GoPro, and wherever they turned their head, the camera went too. It's like, what? What you
That would be
do?
my
What?
ex-girlfriend.
Your ex girlfriend? Is that why she's your ex? You
Yeah,
saw the camera go. What did you do? The one time I'm on stage in LA and
it's
and this is what you got. Okay, so so
one in a million reasons.
yeah, so I'm just preparing people. It's not it's you. I mean, it's not the worst footage we've seen. No, it is. It is. No, I'm just teasing. No, it's. But we're gonna, like I said, we're gonna look at it. We're gonna discuss it. Um. Oh yeah, and if there's any shows that you have coming up or anything that you're working on, Randy, you want to promote, just let me know. We'll promote it. Um. So,
All right, sure will.
so this is part one of the clip. It's like a 4 minute clip, but I divide them into two sections. So this is like 1.5 minutes or something like that. So, uh,
Yeah.
yeah, okay, here we go.
Trying to use the restroom down here, and you go in there and you ask somebody to use the restroom, they look at you like you're from Mars or something. You have to use the restroom? No, I don't. No, I don't have to shit, and I don't have to pee, and no, I don't do that. But something I do know is I'm a whore for teeth. You know, some people, that's right, I'm a whore for teeth. Some people have like one little tooth in the middle of their head, rotten tooth, and they're happy. Some people have a whole mouthful of rotten teeth and happy. I would suck dick for teeth. That's what I'm saying. You go down to Florida where I'm from, or Arcadia or something like that, have no teeth, they're happy. But that's not me. I put a sign around my head that reads, "Will work for teeth." I'll mug somebody for their teeth. I'll put a gun to their head. They say, "What do you want? All money?" "No, all your teeth." Give me all your teeth. I'm a whore for teeth. I'm a whore for teeth. Yeah, new catchphrase. Absolutely. Write it down. Put it on the headline somewhere. Put on the paper. I don't know.
I'm gonna tell okay, where'd you get the premise "whore from teeth" from? "Whore for teeth" from? And yeah,
Well,
where'd you get that premise?
I kept thinking, you see all these people around with no teeth, and they just don't care. They don't have any teeth. And so I'm thinking, what would I do for teeth? I'm like, well, I'd suck dick. I'd be a prostitute. I mean, I'll do whatever it takes to have some teeth. So and you see the homeless people, you see even people that are working. One manager, security manager of mine, had no teeth, and so you just see all that around. You like, Jesus, teeth. And so I was, what I would do for teeth. That's where it came from.
Okay, because now how long had you worked on this before you tried it on stage there? In other words, how many times did you get to rehearse it before you got on there?
Not very much. I mean, that was
Oh.
that was kind of, I probably hadn't told it on stage before then.
So
That was, if anything, maybe once or twice before, that was really fresh. And that's why it was kind of breaking up and thinking about what I'm telling it. And so that's why it's a little choppy. It was pretty fresh. Yep.
now, the original concept for the show, and we did it, was when we'd show a clip like that, we would the idea was that the comedian would redo it the way they would do it today. Just to, so like I wouldn't it's like I wouldn't maybe like I wouldn't make it teeth. I'd make it neckties or whatever. And then if they were going to retell how they would tell it today. But I scrapped that because
Right.
Well, I scrapped that. I scrapped that idea because it was like mechanical. It was just a mechanical thing, a technical thing. It's like I don't know how to make that work technical. So, but is that a premise that you still use today, or did you abandon it? Did you fix it or did you scrap it?
I haven't. I kind of scrapped it. You would not believe this. I was watching Bob Saget on the cable, and he says, I would suck dick for teeth. I swear to God. And I said, that motherfucker stole my joke. He was there that night.
Bob Saget was in the audience?
Comedians. Yeah. Yes. He stole my motherfucking joke.
It's a good thing he's
dead.
Owes me
money.
It's a good thing he's dead because we have a lawsuit on our hands. I'd almost have to
That's what I'm talking about.
That's what you were in LA. So yeah, so man. So you do
I'm gonna sue the estate.
Yeah, why not? So that's kind of funny that Bob Saget was.
He told that. Yeah.
And the thing is, you were not famous. Nobody was ever going to see that clip. Probably he does it on TV, and now it's his joke.
Exactly. That's bullshit. He owes me. He owes me a check. I don't know. Who knows?
Well,
how many times he told that joke.
That's true. That's true. But because it was Bob Saget,
on that team.
Yeah.
Well, that show millions of people could have been watching that show. It was on cable. So
this was on cable?
The audience was, but.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. So I'm getting the version on the camera. So in other words, there was like a real cameraman with that recorded it for a real show, but we just didn't get to see that. We just got to see what whoever was recording you personally did. So you don't have the recording.
No, that was Bob Saget.
Oh, okay, right. Okay, gotcha. Okay, I understand now. I was
But I've heard a couple of my jokes that I told out there. There's another joke I told about red stop signs. It's not a rule. It's a suggestion. That joke was told by William Shatner in a movie, and he said it verbatim. I said, "That's my joke, you bastard."
And you did it out in LA, so Yeah, I guess
Yeah,
that's why people go to comedy clubs out in LA. They can get ideas for materials, and they don't have to think about it. And since the people on the stage are relatively unknown, they say, "Oh man, I like that. I'm gonna work with that. I'm going, yeah."
yeah,
So
yeah. They can take it, and nobody knows the difference because they're oh, that's an open mic, so nobody knows who that is. It's easy to do,
yeah,
and I don't have any
so
big attorneys to sue nobody, so I wouldn't be suing anybody.
that's a damn shame. So when did as you started doing comedy? Did you have an inkling to do comedy when you were younger, or what prompted you to get into comedy?
I thought about it when I was in Ohio. In my 20s, I thought about it,
Yeah,
but at the time in Ohio, there really wasn't any place to do it. I mean, there might have been a couple remote places, possibly, maybe in Cleveland. I don't remember any comedy clubs in Columbus, Ohio, even because that's where I was from. Cincinnati may have had one. Didn't go to
right,
Cincinnati that often, so it really wasn't no place to even try it. And then I got down here to Florida, which I lived in Naples first, and they had opened up that one comedy I was talking about. A
right,
guy named Tom Drake. That was his. That was his. It was in a part of a hotel restaurant thing.
right,
So he was a regular comedian in Tampa, and he had this open mic. So I went to that mic, and that's kind of where I started finally. And then Fort Myers had a comedy club called the Laugh-In. I
right.
did open
I
mics there, and then I started going to Orlando. There's a place up there in Orlando on Lee Road. Those are comedy zones. A lot of comedy
right.
zones. I don't know if they're
Yeah,
not
yeah,
around as
they're all
much anymore.
over. Your comedy zones are all over.
Yeah, yeah. So that's what I was doing. A lot of open mics at comedy zones and stuff like that. Just the usual restaurants and do karaoke and open mic. So I sing karaoke and then tell jokes.
Right.
You sing karaoke?
Yeah. Me, as a matter of
Yeah, I
fact,
love.
actually, I said technically I don't sing karaoke. Technically, I have a karaoke songbook for other people who want to sing karaoke to the songs to to the songs that I parodied. I mean, because I do song parodies in my show,
Oh,
and
okay.
and the
All right.
idea,
Nice.
the reason I did the karaoke songbook was uh, when I have another 90-minute show I'm working on, and so
Yeah.
for the 90-minute show, I'm going to be doing like maybe 7 or 8 song parodies in the show. And this way people can actually
Nice.
get on their phones, go to my website, go to the karaoke songbook, and they can sing along with me during the show. That's the idea.
No kidding.
If it works, we don't know
I
if
like
it's
it.
going to work, but I'm recording the
Yeah.
show. So if it works, fine. If it doesn't work, um, well, like I say, because a lot of the songs I do, there's going to be, people can sing along anyway to some parts, but because I've parodied other songs like there's a song I parody. There was a Proclaimer song, and it's called
Right.
500 Miles, and I parody that, and I keep the refrain the same, and that was a tough lesson for me because what happens I was doing it live and I changed the refrain and people were humming the original refrain and it was like, okay, it sounds terrible. So that was the last time I ever did it like that. So I just keep the refrain the same when I went back to the original refrain. So because
Yeah.
people wanted to sing along and they wanted to clap. So I went back and I went, okay, I'm gonna go to. So I kept that the same. So when the refrains are
Well, you can't
popular,
change
you
that
know,
because
yeah, when the refrains are popular and stuff, I try to keep them the same. But so I created the
yeah,
karaoke
exactly.
songbook so that people could follow along with me if they want to, or they could
Right.
just go do karaoke
Right.
on their own, and sing
Yeah.
the lyrics at karaoke. you know.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
that's what the karaoke
Well,
song.
500 miles. That's an old classic. You can't change that.
Yeah, it
You
is.
can't change the
It's
tune. Change the words.
change the words,
It's
but
been
I left
around
the
forever.
refrain. Yeah, it's been, and the thing is,
Yeah.
it's been around long enough that no matter what your social background is, there's a 98% chance you know that song.
That's right.
You
Guaranteed.
know,
Because it's been around
yeah,
that long.
yeah. It's not like
I don't know when.
Well, I'll take that. I'm sorry.
I don't know when that song was written. I don't know when that song was written, but I do know
Right.
it. I don't know the words, but I could probably recognize it if I heard it. So I think it's been sung in westerns, possibly some other shows. So I recognize it right off.
Yeah.
I don't know. I don't even know
So
who wrote the damn thing.
Proclaimers, the Proclaimers. So
Okay, that's who wrote it.
yeah, yeah. I think they're Irish band or from Ireland. And that's the only song of theirs I
Ah,
know. I think I have their CD
yep.
downstairs, but I've only listened to that one song. I don't think I've ever listened to anything else of theirs. Just that one song. I'm pretty sure, yeah. That's it. And I think I have the CD downstairs. I could have listened to other songs if I'd wanted to. So I don't know.
One hit song, one hit wonders.
I bet you there are Proclaimer fans out there who know every song they've ever done, and to them, I'm like being sacrilegious. Like, how dare you not know any of their other songs? You know, their songs are great. I'm like, I'm sorry. So you didn't start doing comedy until you moved to Tampa. Till you moved to the Tampa area.
I did in Naples. I did. I
Well, I
was
meant
going over to
yeah.
the
Okay.
Miami Improv when it was
And I didn't know
the
you did
Miami
improv.
Improv when it was in Coconut Grove.
Right.
Yeah, the Miami Improv. I did Coconut Grove. That's where the original one was, and put my life into my own hands, going through the neighborhood. Because Coconut Grove, it's odd how Coconut Grove is. You got a real nice, richy area right here. To get through there, you're going through the ghetto and the bars on the windows and everything. And you go to get gas after the show and you don't think you're going to make it home because you're like, wow, this is a little seedy around here. But yeah, it was crazy over there because 40 guys would show up. They were only going to let 3 guys in the show.
Okay.
The way they did it was you would get on before, and that's the best thing about
Right.
the audience. So they'd pick 3 guys, and they would go up before the regular show, and spend $10 and some $30 on food, and then not get up on stage like, ooh, damn it.
So how would you compare? So how would you compare? How long did you do improv?
I was going over there pretty regular. It was Wednesday. Naples, it's actually a pretty easy drive to Miami because you just get on the Alligator Alley. Have you been on the alley? You know what they call an alley?
I thought all
Alley,
of Florida was Alligator Alley. I lived down there for a little bit. There isn't a part of Florida that is not Alligator Alley. I'm sorry. I mean, maybe 25 years ago, the alligators had their own alley, but now they're all over the place. They don't stick in the alleys anymore.
Well, if you go down this road at 8:00 in the morning, and there's canals on both sides of the highway, which used to be only a 2-lane road, alley. That's where the alley comes from. They will be lines sunning themselves for miles on that road. So you were happen to walk, park your car and walk towards the canals, you would probably be lunch for some nice alligator.
See, I bet you it's not alley. See, I bet you it's not alley. Alley. I bet you it was Allez, Allez, which is French for to go, because you do not want to stop on that road. So I think that's what I don't think you're saying it right. I don't think it's Alligator Alley. I think it's Alligator Alley, like to go, just go. Don't stop. Yeah, if you stop, you're going to be lunch. Yeah, that's
Lunch.
what it's. So yeah,
You're
so
probably
it's Alligator.
right.
Yeah, it's Alligator Alley. Yeah.
Yeah. I do
So-
100 miles on. I do 100 across that road. I do 100, 110 all the way.
Yeah, because
So instead of an hour to Miami, it'd be more like 40 minutes.
so
There were no cops out there. There's no cops. There were no.
well, not whole cops, probably pieces. So when you have
They were leftover.
leftover cops. Hi, I'm GD Fenderson, certified forensic humorist. This has been part 1 of our interview with comedian Randy Holton. Please join us as we continue our interview, and when you come back, bring a friend. And please remember to subscribe, like, and share. Thank you.